everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to yet another episode of Food for Thought, where I'll be sharing another 3 pieces of content with you, and let's just jump right into piece number 1. Okay, so piece number 1, I just have my laptop over here. It's called From Note-Taking to Note-Making, and it's on a website called Nest Labs, and I just found the title of this article already very intriguing, especially since I am a student myself. And basically what this article outlines is what the actual difference is between note-taking and note-making, and it also gives some examples or different kind of strategies used for both, so let's go over those now. Okay, and as always, I just want to jump in here and say all the links to all of these pieces of content are in the description down below, and I would highly encourage all of you to go and check out the original pieces yourself. Okay, so what is the difference between note-taking and note-making? Well, according to this article, the difference is actually that note-taking often happens while listening, and the goal is basically to capture content that we can refer to at a later date. And then on the other hand, note-making is more common while reading, and that's really it consists basically of making your own versions of notes that we can then use to learn and create something better from knowledge that we have read, for example. So all in all, note-taking is faster and actually uses kind of the original language of the piece that you're taking notes from. Note-making is often slower and more involved because you really need to kind of think about it first and then put it down in your own words. So the most common forms of note-taking are outlining, taking notes, and Cornell notes. So what are those? Well, outlining is basically what it says. It's just kind of creating some outline of what it is that you read, really just the main topics like headlines or something, the key themes of paragraph, things like that. And then guided notes are where kind of a educator or kind of the person that created the content might give you a kind of guide to how you should take notes, almost like fill in the blanks, just to kind of guide your thought process and therefore also the notes that you're going to be taking. And then the Cornell note-taking method has really sparked up lately. There's a ton of other videos out there about the Cornell note-taking method, and that is basically where you split the piece of paper into 3 sections. One for notes, one for cues that you can use to remember those notes, and then another one for short summaries. So yeah, that's the Cornell method. Okay, and then there's note-making on the other hand. And when it comes to note-making, there's also 3 kind of core ideas or ways to think about it. One of them is to rephrase the original kind of piece of content. The next one is connecting ideas together. And then the third thing that you can do is to build upon those existing ideas. So rephrasing ideas basically just means literally taking what's written there or what you just listened to, thinking about it and putting it down in your own words. And on the other hand, connecting ideas means that you kind of grab these main points of information from a piece of content and you kind of try and find a link between them, a common theme or something that really allows you to draw a connection between those things that make sense to you personally. And then building upon ideas kind of links to connecting ideas, but it's just taking one idea and really diving into more detail within that one given idea and really trying to hammer down on the details. So yeah, that was content number 1, and on to content piece number 2, and this is kind of an article as well on the protocol site, and it's titled Source Code at CES, the robots are in charge, and it basically covers some of the key highlights of CES. And CES is a famous convention for consumer electronics where a lot of big brands show off their newest and most amazing pieces of tech out there. So according to this article, there has been a real kind of focus on artificial intelligence and just automation at CES. And some examples of these types of automation include, I'm just going to read them off here, Cadillac's autonomous people mover and flying machine. So that sounds really cool. Then we have General Motors' Bright Drop Pallets, Samsung's Home Bots, and something that is very kind of useful these days, LG's disinfecting bot. We also have UPS and Verizon drones, which is pretty cool. Who doesn't like drones? We also have Baidu and Geely, the Baidu and Geely link up, So yeah, there's really a big focus on automation, drones, and kind of robots at CES. And again, I just thought that I'd share these with you just because they sound really cool, and hopefully that sparked your interest to go and read this article yourself. Link is in the description down below. Okay, and last but not least, we have the third piece of content for today, and this is another article on the protocol site. And this article's title is Everybody's Burnt Out, and it really kind of focuses on working from home and doing school from home and what that actually means for our mental health. And basically it focuses on the company Asana, but they did a kind of survey with a bunch of people, and these are just kind of some of the results that they found. So they actually found that 87% of knowledge workers are working late, so are doing over hours. And 76% of people are having trouble to disconnect from work when they're actually working from home, which is likely due to the fact that they're working in the same environment that they're actually kind of relaxing in, and those worlds kind of mesh together. And that obviously makes it harder to kind of just tone down and shut off work. And also 70% of people have experienced burnout within the last year, which is the year of the pandemic, COVID. So there's probably some kind of causation correlation thing going on there. And furthermore, 62% of respondents to the survey also said that they're experiencing some form of imposter syndrome. And especially studying computer science myself, imposter syndrome is always a discussion within that industry, which links to Asana as the kind of target company of the study. But yeah, so even imposter syndrome and kind of self-confidence is affected by this work from home culture and not really being able to interact with coworkers as much and have that kind of social net. So yeah, those are some points to take away from kind of working from home, what that can mean for us. And if you feel any of these things, definitely try and seek out help. There's no shame in doing that. In fact, that is the right thing to do. It will be awesome to just, get help when you need it. And I hope you guys are all doing fine and are feeling okay with the pandemic that's going on. But anyways, those were the 3 pieces of content today. I hope you enjoyed them as always, and if you did enjoy this video, leave a like down below so I know that, and I know that I should keep on making these food for thought videos. Also subscribe if you aren't subscribed already. Hit the notification bell to get notified when new videos come out, like this one and cooler as well. If you didn't enjoy this video, hope you did though. And yeah, stay safe and I'll see you soon.